Colder weather means it's time to remind parents about their kids' safety in cars. So here to talk more about keeping your kids safe this winter is Dahlia Rizik, who is a child passenger safety technician. Good morning, Dahlia. Good to see you.
Good morning, Mark.
It's great to see you. Okay, so tell us some of the tips that we need to think about as parents when we're putting our child in the car during the winter months especially, and kind of how that works with the car seat, because I know you're wearing a jacket now or putting your child in some more bulky clothes, and that can change sort of how that works in a car seat.
Absolutely. So most parents will put their kids in the car seat something like this. The harness is over the jacket, but the problem is that even though the harness looks like it passes the pinch test, it's tight enough to be used safely in the car seat, all this puffy fabric is going to compress underneath the harness and create space, which is really dangerous and can create critical brain, neck, and spine injuries. This coat's actually designed for the car seat, so when I pull the panel aside, you're going to see how much slack is really left here.
Oh
If
my
this
gosh,
was a regular
yeah.
coat and it compresses, you could fit a whole hand through here. So this child in a crash is going to move further forward than they should, and you don't want that. So you want to take coats off. You want to use a light fleece jacket, or you could use a coat designed for the car seat, like the Buckle Me Baby coat.
Right. So what should people look for, parents especially, look for in the coats that they're buying, or maybe even just thinking differently about how they're putting their child in the car seat during the winter months?
Right. You know, it is a struggle for a lot of parents because you do have to take the coat off before being put into the car seat. If you are going to use a regular jacket, not a car seat coat, you want to look for ones that are packable coats that compress all the way down. To test at home, you would put the child in the car seat with no coat on, then put the coat on and put them back in. And if you could use that same fit without any adjusting of the harness, then that's the right coat. If you're using a car seat coat, like the Buckle Me Baby coat, you want to look for the Secure Me strips, which are these strips on the back of the coat, and it shows that the shoulder opens and that the back is thinner than the front, and it gives the harness a place to sit so that the harness is directly on the chest and shoulders safely.
Gotcha. And can you just go over some of the risks if you're not putting your child in, or if you're putting your child in during the winter months and they're not actually having that tight, they're not tightly put in the car seat with those restraints?
Absolutely. So children's anatomy is very different than an adult's anatomy. Our bones are fully hardened. Children's bones are still mostly made of cartilage, which is stretchy, and their heads are larger than the rest of the body, which is why they're so cute. So in a crash, when you have all that space, how I fit my hand through, and they fly forward instead of traveling with the harness, their head, because it's heavy, will pull on their spine, and their spine, because it's stretchy, is going to stretch. But the spinal cord actually snaps at about 6 millimeters of extra forward movement. So you don't want that extra 3 to 5 inches of space. It's very dangerous. It's the difference between a trip to the hospital and going home.
Right. Well, fantastic advice. Thank you, Dahlia. Really appreciate your time this morning. It's something I'm going to keep in mind. We have a young one at home, just 15 months old, and this is our first winter really where we're going to be driving around with him a lot more. So this is really, really great stuff to keep in mind. So thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Good to have you on. And you can read those tips, find more information by clicking on this story right at abc7chicago.com or our free news app.